you will get to know something about lead. Okay, so we'll discuss about lead today, lead, account, and contact. So what is a lead? So as you know, a lead is nothing just a your future customer, right? So we can only get leads directly from our marketing. So let's say if you are starting a business or launching a new product, so you will do some marketing first, and then based on that marketing, what you will get is you will get lead information, right? You will get lead information, and those lead will be your future customers. Okay, so lead is nothing just a prospect customer for you, right? So what we will discuss today is in how many ways you can create lead, right? Entire lead objects, its field, what is the life cycle of a lead, sources of a lead, like um, how many from how many sources you can get the lead, right? And if you got a lead in your org, then you have to assign it to your sales team, right? So what all are the ways by which you can assign a lead to your sales users, right? And there is one source that we call it as web to lead. So we'll discuss what is web to lead, right? And we'll also discuss lead conversion, then account hierarchy and contact roles and ops. So we have a lot of topics to cover today. So let's just discuss lead first. Okay. So as we discussed, lead is what? Lead is an unqualified prospect who has shown interest but has not yet been vetted as a real sales opportunity. So just to give you an example, right? So you generally go where? You generally go to your to shopping malls, right? So where you can find some kind of stall, right? So because of some curiosity, you can go to that stall and you can ask some question what they are selling and what they are marketing, right? And they generally note your phone number, email ID, etc., right? And they will show you as a lead in your organization. So some lead are actual interested in buying the product, and some are just the fake prospects, right? So your sales team need to identify those, like how they are qualifying further for to become your customer, right? So lead is nothing just unqualified. So till the time you will refine those lead, like those are actually interested in your product and those are just coming to your stall based on some curiosity, right? So till the time you will identify those customer or refine those leads, uh, all of them will be unqualified prospect for you, right? Okay, and lead is whenever you convert a lead. I mean, if you think that this particular person is actually interested in your product, then you have to convert that lead, right? So that will become your account, contact, and opportunity. We'll discuss what is the account, contact, and opportunity. There are some fields you have in the lead object itself, right? So individual full name. So the lead full name will be the first name plus the last name, basis of all outreach, right? And the company, the organization that is represented by that lead. So you generally gather that information. Their job title, if a lead is actually working for that company, then its job title you have to gather, right? Email, phone number, if there is a website, that you have to note down at time of creating a lead or gathering some lead information. And then we have lead qualification and tracking fields, right? So lead status, current stage in the life cycle. If it is a new lead or your sales team is already working on that lead, sales team already contacted to that lead. Qualified, I mean, if you have a lead status as qualified, it means that lead is qualified to become your customer. I mean, your sales team can further work on with that lead, or you can convert that lead to your customer or your contact or your account or your opportunity, right? converted, the lead status converted. If you have that converted as an status, it means you have already converted that lead. We will discuss what is the conversion, right? And then the second field is lead source. So a lead can come to your org, or you can create a lead, or you can get lead information in from many sources, like from a web. Guys, just mute yourself. So I mean, the lead can come through a website, through an event, through a referral, through a cold call, through a campaign. I mean, there are multiple ways you can get a lead, right? So these are the lead sources we have, and then we have rating, right? So rating is actually, categorizing that particular lead, if it is actually interested in buying lot of your product. I mean, the amount that he's interested to buy is very high, or that particular person is actually related to a big company, then you can you know uh, categorize it as an hot or warm or cold based on the quality of the assessment your sales team is doing. Lead owner, actually, lead owner is your company's salesperson who is actually responsible to working with that lead. I mean, who is actually contacting that lead in order to check if that lead is actually qualifying to become the customer or not, right? And then the industry is the prospect business sector, annual revenue, estimated company size. So let's say if that lead is associated with a company that have a big market in India or outside of India, right? So you can simply estimate the annual revenue of that company, and based on that you can assign the senior rep, or mid-level rep, or junior engineer, right? So these are the fields we generally have on lead object. These are the standard field. You can create as many field as you want, right? Any question till now from anyone? So lead is the starting point. So whenever you will start selling any product, what will you do? You will do marketing first, and from marketing you will get leads, and you have to convert those lead after an assessment by your sales team, right? So now lead life cycle, right? So life cycle is nothing like your sales team is actually contacting that person who is your lead, and then you are actually assessing if that lead is actually interested in your product, and if he or she is qualified to become the customer, then you have to convert that lead into your uh, further record, like account record and contact record, and optionally opportunity record. And if it is unqualified, then you just if that lead is not fit to your organization, you have to remove that record, or you can keep that record, but you will stop working with that lead, right? So you can see the definition here. The journey a lead takes from initial capture to either conversion. So till that time you are calling it at first time, and till the time you will convert that lead into account and opportunity or contact, the entire thing will be called as a lead life cycle, right? Okay. And if either a lead will be qualified or dead or unqualified, right? Each status represents a specific stage of engagement, your sales team engagement with that guy, right? So first thing is, whenever you just create that lead, the first status that you will keep is, let just create as new, and it means the lead is just created, not yet contacted. Okay. So lead can be assigned by multiple ways. There are things like, we call them as assignment rule. We will discuss today, right? So there are some rules, but these are not the hard rules. I mean, your company can decide the time frame to contact that lead, but we always say rep should contact within 24 hours, or if it is a hot lead, so as soon as possible, like within 1 hour of the creation, right? And if the status is working, it means the rep has started working with that lead. A email is sent, or a call is attempted. I mean, we can log the activity, whatever your sales rep has done with that lead. You will get that information from the lead record itself, right? And contacted two-way communication established. So if the lead status is showing as contacted, it means there is a two-way communication established between your sales team and the lead, and the guy that is interested in your product, right? And the guy has responded. Okay. And qualified, it means the guy is really interested in your product, right? So it meets the qualification criteria. So every company generally have a qualification criteria, and then based on that, sales team identify if that person is actually interested. So if a lead is qualified, then you can convert that lead into account, contact, and opportunity. If it is unqualified, lead is not fit for your company or organization, then you can mark it as unqualified and leave it as it is. Converted means lead converted to account plus contact plus opportunity, right? And all activities transfer, lead stays for historical reporting. Any question from this slide? Okay, taking as no. Then we have lead sources. Uh, we can have multiple lead source, right? There is a form that we will discuss that is called as web to lead. We'll discuss that. So if you are getting a lead from a web, then then it means that the lead is coming from a web to lead form. So you can see the definition first. A pick list field tracking how the lead originally came to the organization, right? Critically for marketing attributions. Understanding which channel generate the most qualified leads and revenue. So just to evaluate your marketing strategies, you can check from which channel you are getting most qualified lead, and you can spend more amount of money going further on that marketing channel, right? So it is very important for the reporting purpose, just to just to be prepare some marketing strategies. Okay. And it carries over at the time of conversion of the lead to opportunity. So this is a pick list field, and it has multiple values, right? So you can simply understand the meaning of these values. So if it is stated as web, it means the form submission on your website. So you can have a website. So you guys already done that kind of stuff. So in every website, you can see a form called contact us, right? Where you can simply fill the information and submit the thing. Then your information will be submitted to the database for that organization, and that organization can call you, and you can become the customer of that. Okay, clear, everyone? And then campaign. So campaigning is another way to get leads, right? So you can create campaigns. You can have campaigns, like in malls or any other campaign, or email. Through email, you are giving information about your product. So campaigning is also an option. So these are the outbound marketing campaigns, like email blast or event invite or something like a webinar or something like that, right? Or if an existing customer is referring, right? If an existing customer is referring uh, some other customer to you, then it can be a referral. So existing customer or partner recommended your product to someone else, right? Okay. Then cold call, outbound prospecting call by SDR or BDR team, right? So your sales team is making some calls, and based on that you are getting the lead. Partner, referred by reseller or distribution partner. Trade show event, if you are creating any conference, webinar, or a field event, from there you are getting some lead. Or if you are getting from a social media account like LinkedIn, Twitter, or other social platform, so you can call it as in social media, right? Purchase list, third party lead data purchased from a vendor. So you can also get some lead from a third party vendor, right? So these are the lead source pick list values. So you should know the meaning of each and every values we have, right? Any question from this? Guys, please ask if you have any question.
No.
Okay, great. And then we have lead assignment rule that we will discuss, right? So let me just show you how you can create a lead. Just give me. So in our org lights, like if you will go to sales, right? In sales, you will have the lead tab. So in the sales, you will see the entire sales cycle, right? So you have this lead. So here there are multiple ways to create a lead. You can directly click on this new button and you will have the lead created, right? Whenever you will click on new button, the form will open. You can fill this information, click on save, and the lead will be created, right? But there is another way. So let's say if you want to create it through a website, so how will you do that? So that functionality, we call it as an web to lead. Okay, just give me one sec. Okay, so now just to create a web to lead form, you know where you need to go. You need to click on setup, right? So everything we need to create, we have to go to setup option. Here you can type web to lead. So here you can see the web to lead option is coming under marketing. You can click on this web to lead option, and here you are getting a create web to lead form, right? This is the option that is very important. So just click on this create web to lead form. So as soon as you will click on this web to lead form, on that form, if you want first name, last name, email, company, city, state, province, right? All these field on that form. Then you can simply keep them. And if you don't want any of these field, you can simply drag them here. Or if you want, let's say, if you want mobile number as well, so you can again drag from here to here, right? So whatever you want, you can do. So these are the field; those will be visible on web to lead form, right? So field information you can give here, and then after clicking on that submit, whenever the user will click on submit, where you want to redirect that form. So generally what we do, we generally show as thank you for contacting us, our sales team will contact you soon, something like that, right? So you will display thank you page. But here we don't have such kind of page created. So I'm just pasting here anything, let's say amazon.in or google.com, whatever you want to type here. Let's say I'm just typing amazon.it. So it will redirect you to Amazon. If you want to include captcha, so let's say I'm not a robot or something like that, you can include that, but I don't want to because I need to set up it, so I don't want that. So uh, there are two things that I have mentioned. First thing is what all are the fields I need on web to lead form. So whenever I will click on generate, so what will happen? There will be a communication between this your website and Salesforce. So there will be an integration setup behind the scene, and whenever I will click on generate, let's just click on generate, it will actually generate a HTML code. This is your HTML code, right? So nothing but in this HTML code there is a action on the form tag, right? This is the actual integration Salesforce has set up, right? Because of this, so what you can do is you can simply copy this, control C, and paste it into a notepad, and excuse me, paste it into a notepad. Okay, so here you can see I have created a HTML page. I mean, Salesforce has generated this page, and it has all the fields that those we selected, right? First name, last name, email, company, city, state, province, right? And mobile. And there is a submit button. Also, whenever you will click on submit button, what it will do? It will actually submit the form where on this URL. Method is equal to post. So it will post the entire data on this servlet URL, right? You can simply copy this code, paste it into your website as a page, right? So whenever user will open this page on your website and they will fill that information, it will create a lead, right? So I'm assuming all of you are aware about HTML, right? So if I will save it as .html or .htm page, it can open as a website page, right? Right, everyone? Hiral and Ronak, right,
Yes.
everyone? So
Yes,
let's
sir.
just
Yes,
Yes,
save
sir.
sir.
it. Let's just save it.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So I'm just putting it as June batch. I'm just naming it as June batch so that I can identify it is for your batch, right? And just selecting as a hypertext markup language file, right? And just putting it to my desktop. Okay, just hitting save. So it is now saved. Let me just open it from my desktop. Just give me one sec. And then just click on this, finish. That's all you need to do. You just need to go to web to lead. You just need to select field, and you just need to click on create web to lead and generate the HTML and paste it into your website. Okay. Let me just let me just show you the. You can see here. I have just opened that. On my desktop I got this as an web page, and I have opened it on in the browser. So you can see here there is no CSS. That is why it is coming like this. But that should be okay. Anybody can fill this form, and as soon as they will click on the submit, this page should be redirected to amazon.in. Make sense, everyone? किसी को कोई क्वेश्चन हो तो पूछ लो यार अभी. I'm just giving you 1 minute. I like questions,
It's
so
fine.
please ask. Okay. So let me just fill this. Let me just fill this with the name as Hiral. Okay. And I'm just putting any information here. Don't mind it. Huh? And company, Mackerel Education, Noida. Just right. Clicking on submit. As soon as I will click on submit, what it what it will do? Okay, it has redirected on Amazon.in. Same thing we set up, right? Right, everyone. Let's just go to my Salesforce org and see if a lead is created here. Let me just refresh. Let's just go to all open leads. You can see here. This is the lead that we just created. This is the information that we provided, right?
Yes.
So the a lead is created. So you can see here, lead status is open, not contacted, right? This is the default lead source we haven't provided. So it is coming as blank, but it will be web. It will be web to lead. So it should be web. So I'm just setting it up. So you can see address we provided, name we provided, right? Last name we provided test, so it is coming as test, right? So a lead is created in RR, but currently the lead owner is coming as Noida, right? Because we haven't assigned it to anyone automatically. So any question? So you can create any lead. You can paste this HTML on your website, and this HTML you can put some CSS on it, and you can paste it in your website, and everyone who will visit this page will fill this form, and as soon as they will click on submit, a new lead will be created in Salesforce. So there is an integration between this form or your website page and Salesforce. Make sense, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Just try it at your end also. Okay, so now let's the second thing we need to do is we need to create an assignment rule. So if every time a lead is created in our org, we need to assign it to a specific user based on some criteria, right? Automatically. So as soon as a user will click on submit, right? So let's say if I want to create another, right? And if I will click on submit, then we want to assign it to some other some user. Currently it is assigned to a system admin. Okay, so let's just see how you can do that. I'm just closing this both the form. So you just need to go to again to setup, Here you can type assignment rule. So assignment rule are specific, like you can create web to case form as well. So it is coming for cases as well, but we need to create it for lead. So we need to choose lead assignment rule here. There are some, there are two already. So I'm just deleting those for now. And there is one standard, but that is not active. So we can leave it as it is. So now we are naming it. So I'm just naming it as June batch and making it as an active. I'm just giving the name. So now let's just open it. Now we need to give the rule entries. So this rule will fire on a specific criteria. So sorting order, I mean, you can have multiple criteria. So let's say if a lead city is Delhi, then it should be assigned to a Delhi rep. If a lead city is Noida, then it should be assigned to a Noida rep. If it is related to Pune, then it should be assigned to a Pune rep. So I mean, based on some categories, you can decide whether it should be assigned to a Delhi rep or Pune rep or Noida rep, or I mean, category can be anything. I'm just giving you an example, right? So sorting order means like in which order all the categories, all the criterias will be evaluated, right? So I'm just giving it as one, and then you can give the criteria. And if you want all the lead to be assigned to a single user, you can leave the criteria as it is. I mean, you don't have to select the criteria from here, right? But let's say if I want to, me just give some city. Let's say city equal to uh, if it is Noida, right? Then it should be assigned to this Salesforce June batch user. Okay. And there is, if you want to notify that user, you can use an email template, right? That's it. I mean, I've just created one criteria. You can create as many rule entry you want, right? If you want, if a lead has city as Delhi, let's say if I'm just giving the sorting order as 2, and if city is Delhi, then it should be assigned to another user, right? Oh, just give me one sec, guys. Can you see my screen now?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Okay. Excuse me. So let's say if it is Delhi, then you can assign it to a specific other user. Let's say if you want to assign it to your CEO. Okay. So you can have as many categories as you want. I have just added 2 categories here. So now let's just open that web to form again, and we'll create one more lead, and this time we'll see it should be assigned to a specific user. Okay. Let's just do that. So currently we have 2 users. I mean, the lead owner, Noida, and oh, it is asking to restart my system. Okay. If the system will restart, then we'll connect tomorrow. Okay. It is asking to restart my system, and probably it will load many things in it. Okay. So we'll continue from here. Let's just quickly open lead again, the web form that we created. Here, let's just put, I'm just giving name as Vanshita. I'm just giving random values. Don't here we need to give as Noida because we want to assign it to a specific user. So we submitted the form, and it is redirected to Amazon.in. Now let's just go to lead, refresh this form. So we created with Vanshita city, right? This is the thing. So you can see here it is assigned to June user. Let's just open it. Earlier it was getting assigned to Noida user, but you can see here because it is Noida, that is why it is assigned to Salesforce June batch. The last thing that I want to discuss here is you can send an auto response email. So if somebody will you know put information here, you can send an auto response email based on the email ID that they have put in, right? That you can also create. So you can simply go to this gear icon. You can click on setup, and here you can type auto response rule, lead auto response rule, and you can create a rule here. You can give the name as whatever you want, right? Let's say June. I'm just giving it as a random name. Just hit save and just open this, and you can create a rule entry. I just want to send email to every. I don't want to put any criteria, right? And specify the name and address to include in the auto response message. So let's say no replied at the rate your company name, something like that, right? You just need to put, let's say, ABC company, right? And email address, I'm using mine for now, but you can see here, you can add no reply, something like that. You generally get emails similar kind of email addresses. So you can simply put your address here, from which you want to send an email template, right? And then that's it. So every time a user will click on submit, they will get an auto response email from your company. So that is called auto response rule. Okay. So let me just open the PPT again. So we discussed lead assignment rule. So we created a lead assignment rule, web to lead form we discussed. Lead conversion. So whenever a lead is created, it will be converted into three different object: contact, account, and opportunity, right? So account is what? So if lead is related to a company, right? So that company information will become as an account record. Lead personal information like his phone number, email ID, everything will become a contact record. And opportunity will be related to the deal, the product that he is interested, right? So how many product he want to purchase from you, what is the total revenue that you are getting from that lead. So each and everything related to the deal, that will become then opportunity, but opportunity is always optional, right? Okay. And next is, so we have account hierarchy. So there are some parent account and some child parent structure. So let's say if your company has some child subsidiaries, right? So you can have always have that kind of structure in your company. So we discussed that already when we were discussing the hierarchical relationship, right? Sorry, self relationship. We discussed there is a field called parent account on the account. So based on that, you can create a hierarchy between accounts. So if a contact is linked to a opportunity, so you can define the role of that contact in the entire sales process, right? So that will be called as contact roles. So multiple contact can be associated with an opportunity, and each and every contact has a specific role uh, in that deal. Somebody can be a decision maker, somebody can be economic buyer, somebody can be a technical evaluator. So different company person can act as a different role in that deal, right? So contact role is nothing, just a role of that contact in progress of that deal, right? So you can have multiple contact from the buyer, and every contact will act in his specific expertise. Okay. And lead with account with contact. So you always know what is lead. Now account is the information about the company, and contact will be the single person. So this is about lead account and opportunities. I will share this PPT to you all. There are some interview and viva questions we have on it, and a hands-on lab if you want to do. So I will share this PPT and the recording of this class with you all. Any question from anyone? I'm just wrapping it up because my system is getting restarted. So I don't know if it will stop working. So just wrapping it up quickly. But I have completed whatever I decided to. So any question from anyone? taking it as no. So if there is no question, guys,